Welcome to Elevate Springfield, where we will dive into strategies and stories that help you rise to your full potential. Each episode, we'll talk about how you can take intentional steps to elevate your life and your business while making a meaningful impact on those around you. Along the way, we're going to bring in the change makers from our community that are already elevating. We'll bring the actionable strategies, you bring the discipline and follow through, and together we can elevate Springfield.
All right, let's go, Springfield. Time to 10x your day, y'all. Time to level up. Time to crush it. Hey, you are listening to the Elevate Springfield podcast. Robert Ferriell here, certified 10x coach, speaker, and mentor, here to bring you actionable strategies. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together we're going to elevate Springfield. Well, you are listening to another segment of Communities Grow Together on the Elevate Springfield podcast. As you know, we drop these segments each week. The Communities Grow Together segment will touch on all things nonprofit associations and how we as a community are working together so we can all grow together. This segment is brought to you by David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agency over on West Wabash. Whatever you need insurance-wise, whether that's business, life, home, auto, or anything in between, hey, David and his team can take care of you. Give them a shout, or hey, stop by and visit them over on West Wabash. These segments are quick hits of actionable strategies and what's going on in our area to help you level up and grow together. Be right back after the break. Looking for personalized insurance with hometown care? David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agent, is here to help you protect what matters most: your family, your home, and your dreams. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, David and his team are proud to serve the Springfield community with trusted advice and reliable coverage. Local service, real relationships, peace of mind. Call today or stop by their office. They can build your dream protection plan together. Call 217-726-6343. And we are back for another edition of Communities Grow Together, brought to you by David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agency. Hey, anything you need insurance-wise, personal or commercial, David and his team will take care of you. Give them a shout or stop by their office over on West Wabash. Hey, friend of the show, might as well say regular contributor to the show, a man you see often, probably holds the record for most guest appearances on Elevate Springfield by now.
Wow.
Mr. Jeff Dillman, how we doing?
I'm good.
I think you got the record. I'd have to go back and look, but
I like that.
Probably be in the pole position.
I like that.
You know, me going in thinking who's been in here the most, other than me, of course.
Well, maybe Ellie. She might be catching me.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know.
Well, I don't know if I count her because she's the actual host on that show. I'm the guest.
That's true.
So she's the host of that segment, so I'm not counting her.
Well, maybe I can be a host. What do you think?
There you go. You want to take this one over?
Yeah, let's
you
do
can
it.
Be the official Communities Grow Together host.
Let's do it.
The Communities Grow Together phrase came out of conversations with you.
It really did.
It did. So
trademarked.
it would make sense.
Have you asked me to use that?
I did.
Okay.
I did. Yeah. I
remember
remember
that.
I did right before I said, hey, I'm going to call this segment Communities Grow Together. You good with that? Because I think it came out of your name first.
I didn't get any royalties though, or nothing.
No.
You know, at least I'm on the show.
That's true.
And I got a cup of coffee.
We can consider that your royalty.
Yeah.
You know, being on the show and
It's cold out today. I had Will bring me, so
bringing in the big guns.
I had
today.
I had a chauffeur today, so yeah.
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 Well, it's always good to see Will. What do you guys got going on today?
Well, we just stopped downtown to see a few customers, including you.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what Will's going to do all day. We can't talk to him right now, but he's watching us. But Will's been doing some installs, so he's been busy. He had a tough week last week with a couple installs, and every once in a while we'll have just a little goofy thing happen at Masco, and somebody brought broken dispensers back, put them in a box, and put them up in inventory, and Will loads them up in his car, takes off down south, and I can't remember, Carlinville, Litchfield area, wherever, and then finds out that maybe one or two are good and all the other ones are broken.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So
and it wasn't even in town, so he could just pop over real quick. And
wasn't that easy? Daycare, you got kids running everywhere. So he's, as we say in our industry, and well, really in sales in general, burning cookies, scraping knees.
Mhm.
So he burnt cookies that day, scraped knees. But I do believe that he went back down and got it taken care of. But no, there's always something going on there. You know, right now, Masco, we're facing a lot of price increases, but we have over the last 12 years, so it's nothing new. Maybe a little bit more here lately, but you know, we're trying to balance that out. There's no guarantee past 30 days in pricing, so that's hard to run a business and try to keep customers happy. So we're trying to figure, you know, how we do that, and we still, you know, we're a small business. We still have to make money and stay afloat. So, but you know, that's the challenge, but it's nothing new in our industry. So we came out with a new general manager weekly.
I did. I saw that. I saw that.
You know, hopefully that turned out pretty good. We're going to do that weekly, you know, just to, you know, once again, thinking outside of the box and just trying to do something different the competition's not doing, and let people know what's going on in the world, because we're dual agents. You know, we do packaging and we do janitorial supplies. But yeah.
Now, you said a second ago installs. Will was out doing installs. Remind everybody what you mean by when you're going out and doing an install.
Yeah, that's
a
good point. So added value for us is that when we get a new account or a current account, the install term is basically soap dispensers, hand towel dispensers, toilet paper dispensers, and really anything else. You know, maybe not a picture, but it's very important. So for us to get our product, a dispenser on the wall, show them how to use it, and train them, and then generally they'll stay on the walls for a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So that means you'll have a customer for a good amount of time. So that's just something that I think everybody in our industry does. These are a little smaller, which is great. When we get in healthcare, we have to have a little help, because that could be anywhere from 5 to 30,000 dispensers. But this is just added value. Then we'll basically repair it if it breaks and all that. So it's just good customer service you get from a locally owned company.
Love it. Yeah. Sam's Club's not going to come out and do that. They're not going to come out.
It's not either. And,
no.
You know, and that's the thing we try to remind people all the time, and on the local initiative, is that you need to buy local. And this is why, because what they're going to do most likely is just say, you're going to have to buy another one. Then you're going to have to find labor to hang it.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, business owners don't have time. They don't really have time to be, and that's the last thing on their mind, quite frankly, is hanging a toilet paper dispenser or a towel dispenser. But take pride in that. We have good products, and quite frankly, they usually don't break unless you're hanging on them or just beating them. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, you said you take pride in that, but we all know that you take pride in your community, brother. So
yeah, I do.
You, as always, you've got a lot going on, man.
We've got
a lot of different things going on in the community, man.
I want to win that I don't sleep award. I can't remember where
it's all yours. I think you're running away with it. So, yeah, we've been together at a couple events recently. What all's been going on, man?
Well, the Compass for Kids thing was cool. At Land Lincoln Professional Networking, we gave them $1,000. That's always a good reward, good feeling. I did send Brandy a note this morning, make sure she did receive the check. So that's cool. You know, between Local First and, you know, working with you with Local First and the board that we have and Land Lincoln, that's hopping in the community. Always trying to find new membership both ways, whether it's Local First, which we're looking for restaurant-based companies right now because we really don't have a lot. Land Lincoln, we're just trying to fill categories at our own pace. And then, of course, you know, the community-wise, we've got our big AMVETS Family Service Center chicken dinner coming up this Friday. If you haven't been, you need to come. 100 meals. It is fun. It is stressful, but it is fun, and it's rewarding after the fact. Is when you get in there at 5 o'clock and you're done at 7, and you make a little bit of money for both agencies. So that's pretty cool. So we're excited for that. And we're really excited with our partnership with them. We just attended the Spark annual breakfast at the Abraham Lincoln Hotel. And that breakfast is very rewarding. We at Masco are very engaged with Spark. And it was great to have solid people at our table. So thank you for attending. We did really good on the fundraising side of it, I think, for them. There were a few people that I probably got to follow up with that paid with credit card that didn't give her the right information.
Oh, so no.
If you were one of them, I need to talk to you.
I was not. I put cash in my envelope.
Okay, good. Good. So I got to find out who that was because she needs a little bit more information like address and all that. No, that Spark, that annual fundraising, it's just good. You know, when you and I talked about it, when I asked you to come, you know, you had a tight schedule. I said, but man, it's in and out 1 hour. Isn't that crazy?
And it was too.
Denise
I mean,
does
it was
a good
7:30 to 8:30, and it was 8:30 on the dot. We were
Denise does
getting up
it.
and
Yeah, matter
walking
of
out
fact,
the
you
door.
showed me with your sang him to watch.
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
Look what time it is. And
Uh-huh.
Denise runs that like clockwork, but that's always a good thing. And Sparks, big, they've got their other picnic coming up that where Maskell's a big part of. So we'll look forward to that. Maybe we'll send you an invite for
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
That is pretty cool because Maskell gives out 3 awards to the residents that actually will win. And that's pretty cool just to see the excitement of that. The picnic theme, they like that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, when you say residents, remind everybody what Spark is and what they do.
yeah. So Spark basically, I don't really like calling them development disabled, but they're challenged individuals, but some of them have a lot of growth. They're living in their own housing with a caregiver, but these are people. It's another agency that, is always seeking funding and fundraising in the community that takes care of adults that maybe the families just can't take care of. And I think there's a staggering percentage out there that a lot of them don't even know their parents may not be alive, or maybe their parents just put them there for the care and have never seen them again. It's pretty staggering when you hear that. We've had one, Ben Formia, which is related to Will. Ben's been in Masco. He's a resident of Spark. He makes the dog treats.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. Spark's real huge into dog treats. But Benny, he's came to Masco 1 or 2 times and helped us out for a few hours. So we always entertain that idea as well. We're allowing them. But a lot of them have in the workplace. They may be working at McDonald's. So, I mean, I think it's kind of like Night of Stars. It's, you've got tier 1, tier 2, 3 severities. What a great organization.
Yeah. Hopefully they had met their fundraising goals for that breakfast and beyond.
I'm sure they did.
Do a lot of impact.
And we said something, Night of Stars. What about that?
Yeah, that was a fun event, wasn't it? Yeah, we hadn't talked since, or at least we hadn't talked on the show since we had that about a week and a half ago.
See,
I guess
Eddie
it
dancing?
was.
Eddie was dancing now. My first experience, Love West Side, that was my first time, my wife and I, attending that. I will do that for the rest of my life. Very rewarding. I had King Jason, and King Jason was awesome. I think I told you 2 things he said to me: snacks and dancing. Don't ask me to do anything else.
Right.
So we went into the orange room, and he wanted to look at the games, and he said, these games, we're too old for these games. So he decided that he danced and he danced and he danced. And then we just sat and watched people. Gentleman knew everything about music, 70s and 80s, and he was singing to me. Paul Abdul, ELO, Foreigner, Foghat. I mean, names. I said to him, I'm 61. I said, dude, you brought up a lot of memories of the 8-track tape player I had in a car, but wow, what an event.
Yeah.
So.
Now, you mentioned that Eddie came out and danced. So Courtney, my wife, for the audience out there, her buddy was one that pulled Eddie out onto the dance floor.
Awesome.
That was pretty fun.
Awesome. I didn't know that. So, but leave it to Courtney. She was right there, right?
Right.
So that's another way to get involved in the community. And then big thing we got with Family Service Center coming up, we're really excited about. It's returning bags and brews and tennis shoes, as I always joke. But we've teamed up with Jose at Casa Real, July 25th from 12 to 5. Capital City Cornhole. It's basically a cornhole tournament. Capital City Cornhole basically runs that entire side of it. We just do the fundraising and support. But Jose's going to open up the garage doors on the side. We got a bar. We're going to be throwing bags, and we ironed out with him yesterday a taco bar for $15 with 1 soft drink. So that's going to be pretty cool. Easy peasy for everyone. Everybody's invited to that, and all proceeds go to the Family Service Center, which will allow us to give kiddos things that they need, whether it's bedding, beds, furniture, backpacks, school supplies, whatever. So once again, another community engaged event. We do already have a title sponsor, Protective IT, and Jamie does a real good job with our agency, and he is supporting that. Even at Casa Real yesterday, I had people walk by taking pictures saying, hey, I want to help with that.
Oh, nice.
So that's kind of cool.
Heck yeah. You said that's something that used to do, and now you're bringing back?
Yeah, so we did it 2 years ago. We did it down at Buzz Bomb, and we had a great relationship with Buzz Bomb, and last year we tried to bring it back. Rachel was on our board the first year that we did it, and I shouldn't say the first year, 2 years ago when we did it. Did a phenomenal job. Well, Rachel moved on and schedule got kind of tight, so I took the lead last year. But we were just fighting tooth and nail with the city on closing the street down on Adams.
Oh, sure.
Even though we didn't do anything different we did the year before, we had support of Buzz Bomb, and we just for whatever reason couldn't make it happen. So we sadly had to walk away, and So this year, well, at the end of last year, we decided we're bringing it back. And what a better venue.
It's going to be awesome over there, yeah.
With Jose. And we looked at Ingrain, we looked at Casa Real. And with Casa Real, I just think the environment with opening the garage doors.
Yeah, the garage doors and everything there will make it a cool venue.
I don't think the guys and gals that really throw bags are, I think that it's beg to differ, but they're not really huge IPA drinkers. Just give me a standard beer, domestic beer, and I'm drinking it. And I'm going to throw. They smoke and drink. I'll say that they do a lot of that, but they are great. So we're kind of excited about that's $5,000 to $6,000 to $7,000 for the agency.
Nice.
When we're facing a deficit, we need it. So we're stoked about that. So there's a lot of stuff going on.
So is that going to be tournament style? Capital City Cornhole's taking it over, doing that side of it, but it's going to be an official tournament
style.
Win.
So what you'll have is absolutely. I'm glad you said that. So we'll have prize money for the pros and prize money for the whatever you want to call us, the amateurs that think we can throw bags,
almost pros or whatever.
Will and Dalton, they threw in it 2 years ago. I think they're coming back to throw in it. So Mender Media, and of course Will from Masco. I don't remember the prize money, but it's going to be very rewarding this year. It's $250 or $300 for first place. So it's kind of cool. First, second, third place, and we'll do that for pros and amateurs. So you can come out and win a little bit of money. Yeah. And the way they're going to do it this year is when you'll team up, you're going to draw a chip to see who you team up with. So don't come equipped saying you and I can throw bags. We're sandbaggers. We're going to win it.
Yeah.
Not going to happen. So you'll draw a chip to see. I think 2 years ago what they did was we were led to believe, and I think will say this, is that, well, he brought a partner and then come to find out, well, you can't use your partner.
Right.
So, but this year, after talking to Randy, who kind of runs the whole thing, him and his wife, Randy said, I think the easiest and probably the right way to do it is let's just draw a chip and we'll go that way. So we're excited about that. Jose's excited. We're grateful for him and our friendship and our partnership that he'll open up the house. So we'll have these little commemorative glasses that we sell from Family Service Center for I think they're $5 or $6, maybe more. A 5 ounce, and then Jose will put beer in them with a coupon, so you can taste some beers and decide what beer you like.
Okay.
And if you just don't want to drink a Dos Equis, if you don't want to drink a Corona or Corona Premier or whatever he's serving, then buy something else.
Right.
Buy a margarita.
There you go.
So we're pretty stoked about that. And of course, there's a lot of other things too, man. We've got a backpack toy drive coming up with Family Service Center. We're still ironing out dates, but one of the partners and friends in Land of Lincoln Professional Networking came to me and said, I want to do something for the kids. So I want to do a backpack drive, or a toy drive. Mm-hmm. My wife and I do the backpack drive, so we'll do 100 to 150 backpacks for kiddos coming up, right before school starts. But this toy drive, we're like, yeah, let's do it. It's R&B Properties, Rob Underwood. He's a good friend, him and his wife, Bree. And Rob said, I've already got 2,000 committed, and we haven't even sat down and talked.
Oh, wow.
So we're stoked about that. Mm-hmm. So now we're trying to figure out what the kiddos actually need, so we get them something they're going to use, right? So, man, there's just a lot.
So much stuff.
A lot of stuff in the community.
Is Will a pretty good bags thrower? I got to see one of those sandbaggers out there. He comes in and he just whips everybody.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's probably got something in technology that will tell him the wind speed and all that. He's like bow hunting. He knows
the arch and all that
the
stuff.
Angle of the arch and all that. Yeah, he's pretty good. So, I mean, quite frankly, I didn't pay a whole lot of attention 2 years ago because I was running around crazy. But I think him and Dalton, if anything, those two together, they're going to have a good time.
No doubt about it. Now with Will and Dalton, and you mentioned Compass for Kids earlier. You guys did your. You cooked for Compass for Kids too last week, right?
I left that out. So the Chatham Chamber of Commerce, the ambassadors, Will and Dalton are running the show there. I'm the mentor behind scenes. Let's get community focused, get engaged. Let's do something fun. So Emily, there's a good staff. Justin, all the young guns, man. That's what's pretty cool. Even Meredith with BOS. We came together at Compass for Kids at Third Presbyterian Church on 7th Street, and we fed them. And I tell you what, just hot dogs. It was simple, right? Hot dogs. We did some fruit. We had chips, milk, and some juice, and cupcakes. And these kids, when they saw hot dogs, they lit up. I'm always thinking, we've done this with the FBI a few times too, and I'm always thinking, man, we got to do something big. These kids loved it. They ate 100 hot dogs.
Ooh, man.
80 cupcakes. And I don't know how much Kool-Aid juice.
It's a lot of hot dogs and cupcakes,
Will brought, but I'm sure they were running around the house for hours after the fact. But Very rewarding. So that's something that you and I've talked about with Local First and Land and Lincoln partnering up. We're getting about the end of the school year, so we'll have to start at the new school year. So yeah, we're excited for that. I believe it is next Thursday, May 14th. I think we've got Masco's got university coming up. So we're looking forward to that. That's just where we bring in manufacturing reps, all of our customers, potential customers, give them a quick training, half-day show, and then we lead into the evening with the FBI. The FBI is Springfield Citizens Academy Alumni Association. I'm the chapter president, as well as two or three FBI agents from the FBI Springfield. We'll be back at Compass serving next Thursday night from 5 to 6:30. So there, I was thinking maybe hamburgers and hot dogs again. It might be smoked chicken. You never know what I'm going to do, but once again, there's a lot of people out there around the McDonald House. I mean, there's the outlet. There's so many people that we are trying to get to. And I think you and I should continue to talk off air about ways that we can help with them too. I just love being in the community. Look at CACC, a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever it was.
That was a fun experience, right?
That was a fun experience. Yeah, interviews for Student of the Year. And, you kind of made me smile. Tonight is your award ceremony.
That's right.
I'd love to see that. I mean, I'll tell you what, for me, I shouldn't be blown away, but the intelligence, just the character, not shy. These students, I can see why they were in the top. That was a fun experience. And the questions it blew me away. I mean, they were prepared. They did a little bit of research, too.
They did, especially one of them did some research on you pretty good.
Yeah,
he brought up some stuff.
He did.
Like, wow.
That kind of shocked me.
Really dug deep. There you go.
You know what? Like I told them, all four, they're all winners, right? They're all winners. Fortunately, one has to come on top, but that was pretty cool. So, other things I think I want to get involved with the community is probably the Sangamon CEO group.
Yeah.
I've been looking at that a little bit.
That was a fun one. We did the judging for that a little over a week ago now, I guess. And then sneak peek, I've got an episode with the top 3 coming out Thursday.
Nice.
So tomorrow you'll hear that one. So we had the top 3 here. Yeah, they had some great business ideas. So that would be another good one to get involved with. No doubt about it.
Yeah, I definitely so. But, man, we're all over the place. Foremost, the most important thing is support the people that are paying me, and that's Masco. Masco has given me the opportunity to do all these things. I hope they see that it does make a difference being involved in the community, because it does. It's not out there for Jeff. It's out there to really support a small family business that I've been with for the last 11 years, just trying to get everybody engaged, how important it is to buy local, shop local, eat local, bank local, and just do whatever you do local, right? We're constantly there trying to think of ways to just be different and just show people in the community. Times are challenging right now, so we have to be sharp. We have to be in front of our customers. We can't be out of sight, out of mind. But yeah,
absolutely.
A lot of things happening. So balance in life. I mean, TRN, I do a lot of cooking. The TRN, we did a wing night.
You spend a lot
of
time cooking, brother.
Dude, man, I love it. If people say anything about me, I don't sleep and I love to cook. But, when someone says to me, let's do something, let's do it. We did a wing night last Friday night at the Lake Club, TRN. Jared, who owns Locals, he's a good friend. Him and I tossed some wings and had some jumbo wings, and it's a 6-minute cook, and you toss them and you just watch all the smiles and happiness there. We didn't have a huge turnout. It just is what it is, but we were excited about that. And then, June 25th, I think that's the date. It's pretty close. If it's not, we're going to be back with Family Service Center in the AMVETS, and we're going to do a horseshoe bar at the VFW. Dude, there's a lot going on.
It just keeps on coming, doesn't it? One thing I want to mention before we close out here, I mentioned Local First earlier. We're putting the finishing touches, I guess, on an event that we're having in September. It's going to be September 24th over at The View. That's Jane Hayes' new place over behind Harvest Market over on the west side, her new event venue that she has. But part of that, Local First Springfield is putting together a small business grant. So we're going to be giving away $5,000 to 2 local businesses. That's split between 2. So two $2,500. We spoke with our members, and a lot of them, when they're first starting out, a couple $1,000 would have gone a really long way to helping them grow early on. So we want to be able to support local businesses here with that. So we'll have information on how you can apply. The main requirement is you need to be a Local First Springfield member. That's the first and foremost the requirement, and then you'll have some questions and a video to put together. But we're putting the finishing touches on that, and I'm really excited about getting that going.
That's really exciting. I remember Chad Fowler was Sangamon Tree Service making that comment that, you know what 2000 could have done for me when I started?
Yeah.
That's still stuck with me because, 2000 doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're starting a business and you're scared as hell, that's a lot.
It can go a long way.
But yeah, that's an exciting event. That'll be fun. I did say no to serving on that committee as far as that. So if my wife is listening, I do say no.
He actually did say no.
I did say no. I didn't raise my hand, but I know that the scope of from Celeste and everyone else on our board, the talent that we have, and their ownership, that it's in good hands. So
it's funny you said you didn't raise your hand, so it was more of a passive no. It was like, it was just I wasn't saying yes. So
I was hiding. I was at Cafe Moxo. I was probably, I don't know what I was doing. I was hiding.
Right.
I'm like, don't look at me.
Right.
I'm not saying no. I'm excited. That'll be fun. I know on the past, me being served as past president of Local First and being on Local First board for quite some time, we were always trying to replan that gala style of theme, just never had the horses to do it. So I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the board putting that together because that as we say, that momentum is strong, and that'll be a fun night. And to give money back, that'll be cool.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Going to be great. So much great stuff going on in Springfield. Hey, if you are out there and you're not involved, get involved. Find your niche. Find your organization. Call us. We can help you out with that.
Oh, well.
There's so many great people out in this community. There's so many great organizations. Get involved because, as you know, Jeff, when we work together, we grow together. When we grow together, communities grow together. That's right.
That's good.
There we go.
You
should have. Yeah, you'd have made a lot of money.
It does ring good though.
It does.
Communities grow together.
It really does.
They do.
Well, Jeff, appreciate it as always, man.
Likewise.
All right. Well, we're going to let Jeff get back to elevating Springfield. But for the rest of y'all, we'll be right back.
Hey, Springfield, when it comes to reliable, high-quality roofing, you don't want to leave things to chance. That's why you should reach out to Acosta Angeli Roofing, your local roofing expert, serving Springfield and surrounding communities. From quick, dependable repairs to full replacement, from residential to commercial, they are your trusted pros. Call them today at 217-993-2748 or visit their website to book your free quote and inspection. Don't wait. A little leak now could lead to major damage later. Trust the local experts, protect your home, and get peace of mind with Acosta Angeli Roofing.
Well, thank you for joining us today, everybody, on another segment of Communities Grow Together on the Elevate Springfield podcast. Thank you again to David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agency, for partnering with us on this segment. Hey, take what you learned today. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together, that's right, y'all, we're going to elevate Springfield. Be great.
Looking for expert tree care with hometown integrity? Look no further than Sangamon Tree Service. They're your trusted local pros, delivering quality workmanship, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing every time. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, their team brings professionalism and care to every job, big or small. Call the name your neighbors trust, Sangamon Tree Service, or visit them today at SangamonTreeService.com. Sangamon Tree Service, rooted in quality, built on trust.